Today, Palm Sunday, we began by reading St. Luke's account of the triumphal entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. And then in the Mass, we've just solemnly listened to St. Luke's account of the passion and death of our Lord Jesus Christ. If we go back a little earlier in his Gospel, in chapter 9, we read this: "Now as the time drew near for him to be taken up into heaven, he resolutely took the road to Jerusalem." Note the word resolutely. In the first reading this morning, from the prophet Isaiah, we read about a suffering servant. And we hear the servant saying, "So too I set my face like flint." Jesus knew his fate and made a decision. He had to go to Jerusalem. In chapter 13 of St. Luke's Gospel, St. Luke records Jesus saying, "But for today and tomorrow and the next day, I must go on, since it would not be right for a prophet to die outside Jerusalem." So what must have been in the Lord's mind as the crowd so enthusiastically welcomed him on Palm Sunday? Because he knew that just in a few days hence, they would be crying out, "Crucify him, crucify him." And then in chapter 18 of St. Luke's Gospel, we read, "Now we are going up to Jerusalem, and everything that is written in the prophets about the Son of Man is to come true." And Jesus then says that he will be mocked, maltreated, and spat upon. He will be scourged and put to death. So in other words, Jesus knew in detail what awaited him in Jerusalem. And we heard the first reading this morning. "For my part, I made no resistance, neither did I turn away. I offered my cheeks to those who tore at my beard. I did not cover my face against insult and spittle." And yet he entered the city of Jerusalem knowing all this. As Isaiah would say in another one of the servant's songs, which we'll read on Good Friday, that he went like a lamb to the slaughterhouse. His fate was predicted by the prophets. What he would endure was known to him. In speaking about the laying down of his life, Jesus commented in St. John's Gospel, "No one takes it from me. I lay it down of my own free will." It was entirely his decision, entirely his choice. And he knew why he was doing it. In St. John's Gospel, Jesus says very simply that a man can have no greater love than to lay down his life for his friends. On the part of Jesus, this would be his supreme act of love. It was a choice that he made. inspired by a love for humanity which is beyond our comprehension. He knew that his decision and the pain and humiliation that he would have to endure was for a purpose. He was to save humanity. He would sacrifice his life that humanity might be redeemed. It was for this reason, and this reason alone, that he resolutely took the road to Jerusalem. My brothers and sisters, with the Mass today, we enter into Holy Week. It's the holiest week of the Christian year. Let us be with Jesus during this week. Let us not be distracted by leisure or holidays or simply doing things for ourselves. Let us not give way to our self-indulgence. Let us not be uncaring, simply disinterested onlookers in the face of that profound mystery that we as Christians commemorate in the coming days. This week is Holy Week. It is the holiest week of the Christian year. So let us be with Jesus this week, especially on Holy Thursday night at the Last Supper. Then at the foot of the cross on Good Friday. And let us rejoice in the resurrection of the Lord at Easter Vigil or Easter Sunday morning. Let us live this Holy Week